Hey guys, Ben Stevens, 56 or 1000 or whatever. So I wanted to do something a little different, and this is going to be exclusively just a thing I'm uploading to YouTube. It's not going to be Twitch or anything, which I normally stream on my Twitch account, twitch.tv/benstevens56. I usually do speedruns, but I kind of just wanted to do like a fun run through of a route I had thought up. And this is kind of a joke, but I am going to be doing reverse dungeon order. So I'm going to be explaining a little bit about what that means, but I guess let's just get into it. So I have a file made up here, and so we're just going to start. So this file I have created here, in order for this route to be possible, we have to use a glitch before we even start up the game. And that glitch is called New Game Plus. Probably a poorly named glitch, but that's what it is called. Basically, I have used a previously made file to glitch the game into having the Megaton hammer on the B button when I start this game. So as soon as I gain control, I'll be able to use the Megaton hammer on my B button. However, there are some restrictions to this. If I save the game, if I die, or if I quit the file, I will lose the Megaton hammer. So I don't want to do that. That's very bad. Eventually I'm going to want to do it, but for now I want to stick with the Megaton hammer. So that restricts my route a little bit, but we need the hammer for one trick specifically. So what is reverse dungeon order? Reverse dungeon order is pretty much what it sounds like, but there are some restrictions to that. Mainly is the fact that once you start a dungeon, you need to complete it before you enter a new dungeon. So you're only allowed to enter a dungeon with the intent of beating it. So the dungeon order has to be Spirit Temple, Shadow Temple, Water Temple, Fire Temple, Forest Temple, Jabu Jabu's Belly, Dodongo's Cavern, and Deku Tree in that order. However, if I say I wanted to get bombs from Dodongo's Cavern and then go beat Spirit Temple, that is not allowed, because I'm not allowed to enter the dungeon until I'm ready to beat it. So the first dungeon I enter has to be Spirit Temple, and the final dungeon I need to enter has to be Deku Tree. You get the idea. So I'm probably going to break this up into parts. I don't want this to be one really long 4-hour video. That would be bad. But yeah, this route's pretty neat. It utilizes some pretty nifty glitches and tricks. So hopefully this turns out pretty cool. And hopefully I don't kill myself over how bad I am at this game. And just for clarification, I am doing commentary live while playing the game. That's normally how I'm used to doing it, so that's how I'm going to do it now too. It would probably be a little better if I recorded afterwards, if I like didn't do live commentary, but you know, whatever. Alright, so we start off, we got my bad boy, the Megaton hammer here. And I'm going to switch some controls around. That's a neat little trick right there that you can use to get on top of the bridge. So I'm going to be collecting some rupees here. And there's 5 more behind the counter in the shop, because I want to buy Deku nuts. Alright. So next, and this item I'm about to get here is not required, but it's going to make one little thing just a tiny bit easier a bit later on, so I think I'm going to get it now. Oh, and as you saw when I did the bridge clip, I did use my Megaton hammer there, and it's invisible in Link's hand, which is kind of wacky. Yeah, so this sword I can technically skip it, but I'm not going to, because it does make one trick just a little bit easier, so I think it's worth it to get it. Another thing with New Game Plus is I'm not allowed to equip a sword or I'm going to lose my hammer, so shouldn't do that. That's a bad idea. Alright, so pretty much the first glitch in the game. This is called walking while talking. Let's see if I can get this. Alright. So, I'm kind of doing what I said I did. I'm walking while talking. And if you look at my map, in the bottom right hand corner, you can see that I'm moving. And I'm out of there. Alright, so that is how we leave the forest. That is how we skip initially doing the Deku Tree. So, pretty nifty stuff right there. Basically how that glitch works is the effects of leaving the hole, like the camera panning, it causes for some weird effects. So if you interact with the sign before the weird camera goes away, it brings up the text for the sign and the camera for the sign, but you have control because of the weird camera angle from the hole. And so what I do there is I throw a Deku Nut to gain full control, and then I just walk towards the loading zone. And because the camera is fixated on the sign, I'm too far away to load the guard blocking the forest, and I kind of just go right through him and say, later, Kokiri Forest. But do not worry, I will be back. Alright, so before we do any dungeons, we have quite a bit of extensive setup to do, and that's probably what the first 1 or 2 parts of this video are going to primarily be. It's just me setting up what I actually need to do to take on the first dungeon, which is going to be Spirit Temple, of course. So, not too much going on right now. From this point out, I'm going to kind of be doing a route that you would expect from, you know, a normal playthrough after Deku Tree for a little bit here. But after some time, I will begin to deviate quite a bit. So I'm going to grab some rupees here. They'll be useful later. Alright, and I'm gonna reload the area so I can get Malin, because I need to talk to her. Cool owl. We don't care about any of that text, so skip it. Alright, so we are gonna be grabbing some Skulltulas with my big man hammer after I miss it like 3 times. You may be able to hear me mashing like a madman, and the reason for that is you can get faster text if you have a frame perfect B input. The first frame the text box appears, so text is boring, text is slow, so I'm going to try to skip as much as I can by mashing like an idiot. So we juke out that first guard right there kind of just by jumping past him. And then there's 2 more guards right here. We're just gonna run past them. You know, they're boring. You'll probably see me do a lot of strange movements and stuff, mainly from speedrunning. I don't really know who the audience of this video is gonna be, so we'll see. Oh, I gotta do the clip, dude. gotta do the clip. There we go. Just walk through that. Because although this is not a speedrun, I will kind of want to be doing things in the fastest order possible, the fastest way possible. I will have speed in mind. Because that's just the nature of who I am. Alright, so we're gonna skip. Oh, wow. Push that one more time. We're gonna skip pushing that other block because we're just gonna do a jump slash onto that ledge. And it's time for guards. These guys suck. Alright, that first guy, if that first guy doesn't get you, you're usually okay. But he's annoying. So we're just gonna be super sneaky to get past these guys, am I right? Come all the way down. Yeah. Great guards, am I right? Okay, so Zelda's Lullaby is a pretty important item. We'll have to use this song a lot throughout the run, so definitely not something we're going to want to skip. Whew. So, kind of a long cutscene. Don't really have too much to say right here. Kind of wondering how long I should make the parts for these videos. I'm thinking somewhere between 15 minutes to half hour. So we'll kind of see. Maybe I'll meet somewhere in the middle, do more like 20, 22, something like that. Boring text. But yeah, I never really explained this. It's pretty self-explanatory, but walking backwards is pretty fast. So I'm gonna be doing a lot of that. And we got Zelda's Lullaby. Yippee! Like I said, very important item. We will be using that song quite a few times throughout this run, so absolutely essential. Okay, so now that we're done with all that Zelda stuff, we're gonna go to Kakariko Village and take care of some stuff there. Once again, getting some more items to begin setting up the first dungeon, the first couple of dungeons actually. Pretty much there are several items that once we get them, things start progressing quite a bit, but those items require a significant amount of setup. So right here, we're gonna collect some cuccos to get a bottle. Yeah, not much to say about that, just getting cuccos. This is pretty much the fastest way to do it. Yeah, and side hopping up slopes is it's pretty fast. Alright, let's see if this guy's nice to me. He's usually not. Nope. So far away, dude. Alrighty. Last set. Usually we would use animal cruelty and just like slash these with your sword to make them run faster over to the pen, but we have the hammer right now, and hammer pretty much one-hits these guys, and yeah, that's no fun. Alright, and that gives us the bottle, which is an item we want. Bottle's going to be very, very, very important in this speedrun, so we want to make very ample use of that item. So we're coming to the graveyard. We're only going to be here for a second, but there's an item I want specifically. So let's grab some bugs here. And we're going to use this to catch or to collect another gold Skulltula token. Alright, and we'll just be on our merry way. So yeah, we are going to need 10 gold Skulltulas in this particular route. Oh wow, hey buddy, how you doing? Alright, this guy loves to talk. A lot. He has a lot to say apparently. I don't really care much about what he has to say. Alright, now in order to make a particular day-night cycle, I'm going to be doing a trick here called a forward ESS, which stands for Forward Extended Super Slide. Yeah. Good, alright, so basically what happened there is I'm holding a very precise position on my control stick that we in the speedrunning community called ESS, which stands for Extended Super Slide Position. Basically it's just barely hold your control stick at like 10% of its radius or something like that. So you kind of just barely tilt it outward and use it like that. and then you take damage, and yeah, pretty self-explanatory. And well, I guess not self-explanatory. You take damage, and then you target, because basically what ESS does is it makes you do that thing where you kind of spin around in place, and then if you take damage and target that, then it preserves your forward speed, and that makes you go really fast. Alright, so we only opened up this door to get the fire so that we could light this Deku stick. And go this way. That was pretty much it. And we're gonna use the lit Deku stick to open up this path. I don't want to. I didn't really want to take that damage. Not a huge deal. Alrighty. So we're just gonna go this way. Use my new friends here to get another gold Skulltula. And Hammer actually makes these guys pop up quite fast. So we're going to be using him to get a Deku Stick upgrade, which lets us hold 20 Deku Sticks. That's pretty important, actually. It doesn't seem like it makes a big deal right now, but it's going to be pretty important later on. Alright. Actually, I need more bugs. There we go. So I want to see if I can do this. This is more just for fun. Alright, so there's an owl right there who tries to talk to you and tell you all about unimportant things, but I kind of just skipped all of his text boxes right there. I gotta be really careful here because I am dangerously low on health. Here, what I can do, I'll just scare those guys so that they don't shoot at me. Alright, so there's another gold Skulltula. Let's see if I can get some health here. I know there's like a bush right here. Sometimes this will give you a fairy. No, wow. Not being very cooperative, I see. Alright, but since I skipped the owl, he's still here, so I gotta do it again, actually. Wait, do I have a... Alright. Yeah, so I don't think that's actually faster. Oh, wow. Golly. Alright, well I know where there's actually some hearts, so that's not a big deal. Alright, so got 2 more gold Skulltulas. Not very fast, but I got them. So let's just be on our merry way. Alright, so we're gonna come over here, get 1 more gold Skulltula from over yonder. Hammer really destroys this right here. And before we do anything, let's make sure we got enough of those. Alright, 1 more Skulltula. And that brings us to a grand total of, I believe, 5? Yeah, that should be 5. Alright. Okay. So, as speedily as we can, we are going to continue our climb of Death Mountain Trail. And speedy we need be because we need to kind of get up there before it becomes day once again. So we have about a minute before that happens. A minute and 20 seconds, I think. So, which is why I'm going to be going quite fast here. I'm walking backwards here because the boulders that fall on you, they actually spawn from what you can see. So they're spawning from in front of you, and since you're walking backwards quite fast, they usually won't hit you, except for there apparently. And Hammer kind of likes to wreck Skulltulas, so kind of beat that guy up a little bit. That guy will never see you, just gotta worry about this one. Oh wow, he gave me a really good look. Alright, so first I'm going to be going into Death Mountain Crater just for a quick minute. Won't be in here long. And I'm just gonna scare that Deku Scrub who's apparently somewhere nearby. No, get the Gold Skulltula. And I will leave right away. And now we'll just go in here and get the first fairy spell, which is going to be Magic. And this is also going to be really important throughout the run. We're pretty much only going to use it for one thing, but we're going to use that one particular thing a lot. So this is a very important item, and we need to get it right now. Alright, so now we have a magic meter. We don't have really anything to use it with yet, but we have it, and it will be very useful in the near future. But I think I'm gonna cut this one here. This will be part 1. You know, we escaped the forest, did all the intro stuff, got a bottle, got some Skulltulas, you know, made some progress. Next part will probably... things will be a little bit more speedy, you know, be a few more glitches, you know. Things are gonna start to pick up in the next few parts, I think. But yeah, if you liked the video, you know, leave me feedback and stuff. I'd like to hear what you guys think. But yeah, this is part 1, so later.